What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 25 of The Climb here with Luzenak. And well, today we're quarter of a century into a series. This is always a bit of a weird landmark for me. I feel like 25 episodes is when a series becomes a proper series, for lack of a better word. But thank you to each and every one of you who tune in on the regular. Of course, we are in this weird point in Football Manager right now where it's kind of, the game's been out for 9 or 10 months. We're all really waiting on the next game. The new football season is getting underway. But to those of you who are continuing to watch each and every day, thank you so much for your continued support. It really does mean a lot. And I'm really happy that somehow we've got to 25 episodes of this series already. That is a monumental landmark. Make no mistake. And well, today we've got a massive game. It's going to be Le Mans v Luzenak. It's going to be first versus second. And I'm feeling pretty confident going into it. But let's talk about why I'm feeling confident going into it. And well, the reason is, look at this form. Look at the, drink it in. Drink it in. Of course, last episode, 2 massive wins. 2 games that really set us up, I feel like, for a good run into the end of the year. Against Niort, we won 1-0. And against Bourg-en-Bresse, we won 2-1. And well, since then, you can see we have not played a whole host of games. 6 matches played, all in the league. Of course, no cup games now to worry about. We're not in those. We're not good enough for cups. We just do well in leagues, apparently. But no, on the whole, it's been a really good run of form. And the amazing thing is, more clean sheets. We are smashing records for clean sheets this year. You can see here, Thomas Himmer has currently got 18 clean sheets in 26 games. That's mad. That is actually mad. And I don't feel like we're doing anything special. I feel like I'm saying this every time we go on one of these runs. I don't feel like we're doing anything special defensively. I think we've just got really good personnel. Of course, Thomas on loan from Toulouse. He's here to the end of next year. I will hope to sign him permanently at the end of all of that. And at 22 years old, he's showing some potential. And, well, it's a bit annoying. You know, he's kept 18 clean sheets in 26 and his average ratings are still awful. Just Football Manager things. But in this first game of this run of fixtures, he didn't actually keep a clean sheet, taking on Union Sportif Concanois. That's definitely not how you say them. They're due to finish 9th, or predicted to finish 9th. They're actually in 10th. But we won this one 3-2. Robert with a goal from the penalty spot, not before he gave away a penalty. To be fair, you look at this game at 3-2, it looks like it was a real tight game. It wasn't really. We were always in control, especially after Manan got us ahead in the second half, and then Kofi put us further ahead in the 64th minute. They did get a late goal in the 94th minute. We started slowly, but we kind of got a grip on the game as soon as we got the goal through Hugo Robert. And, well, you can see here, just looking at the average ratings, a typical performance. Himmer, to be fair, got a 7.0 despite conceding 2. Goalkeeper ratings, ladies and gentlemen. And Manan getting man of the match. What an incredible player this guy's been this year. It's mad to think that we weren't even thinking about having him on the bench at one point. He really has stepped up to this level, and it's been great to see. And, well, he continued to step up in the coming games, although not immediately, because the very next game we drew 0-0. I have a notepad that I note stuff down as we play. All I've got written for this one is nothing happened. Nothing happened in this 0-0. It was boring. So we'll move on to the next one, which was against Bastia. The first of 2 back-to-back 2-0 wins, and a good little performance capped off by the fact that Cyprian David, yeah, remember him? He's doing pretty well for us. He's got 2 goals in these 2-0 wins. The first one was the opening goal of this game. Billingy then got a goal via a free kick whipped into the box. He was there to head it goalwards. And then straight after that, we took on Jurasud Foot. And, well, we beat them 2-0 as well. And it started off with a Cyprian David goal inside the first 20 minutes. Yes, back-to-back games that started the exact same. And then Kofi got a goal for us, a goalkeeping howler for his goal in this one. But great to see David getting on the score sheet. I feel like he's a bit of a forgotten player. I feel guilty that, I don't know if it's his injury proneness. I don't know if it's just the fact that we have Kofi and Blaise and I'm kind of just blinded to Cyprian. I just don't see him in the same kind of, I guess, tier. But he's done amazingly since he's come into the team. And it's mad, you know, he's played 16 games for Luzenak and got 7 goals. He's 18 years old. He's showing a load of improvement. He's consistent. He's left-footed and plays out on the right. For the first half of this season, I was complaining about our options out on the right, talking about the fact that Ivan Lorente hadn't really done the business for us out on the right-hand side, talking about the fact that, of course, if we can just find him, Zobo, I guess, didn't really do the business, but Kofi as well, just not doing the business in the wide areas. It turns out the answer was in front of me the whole time, and it's Cyprian David. And actually, when you compare him to Kofi, they're not worlds apart. Kofi, you're good, mate, but you're not Cyprian David good, perhaps. And, well, yeah, you can see in the 2 games that he played so far, he's done quite well. 2 goals, 2 assists in 5 games this season. I did give him opportunities early on, but he didn't really shine. But, you know, we've gone back to him, he's done well. And, well, he did well in these 2 games and kind of made a name for himself. Unfortunately, he is going to live in Blaise's shadow because in the next game against AS Béziers, a 5-0 away win. This was the Blaise show, folks. This was the Blaise show. 3 goals and 2 assists for him. The assist for the opening goal that was Menand's was absolutely stupendous. Kind of rode off a tackle, blitzed forward, pulled across the defender, squared it for a lovely little goal. His next 2 goals came within a couple of minutes of each other to put us 2-0 and then 3-0 up, 61st minute and then 64th minute. 2 not dissimilar goals, to be fair, for Blaise. You know, out on that left-hand side, playing as an inverted winger. He is very, very good at finding the pockets of space. At the same time, because he's an inverted winger, there are times where he will elect to go down the byline, and with his pace, he just causes teams problems. Later on in this game, he got his hat-trick. It was a hat-trick in the space of 17 minutes. It was a header at the back post, and well, he wasn't done. And I'm not sure if he really should be given the assist for this one, but Football Manager has given it to him, so I'm going to give it to him. It's not biased from me, I promise. He was there to put in a corner. Big Dub was in the box. It kind of ricocheted around, fell to Big Dub, who slide tackled it into the back of the net in FM20 fashion. And, well, yeah, Blaise was awarded the assist. But what an insane performance. And Julien Blaise, I mean, teams are interested in him. I don't even know how much I would sell him for at this point, because he's improved so much this year. His finishing's gone up to 9. Take note of that. His off the ball has improved. It's up to 13. And he's just looking like he's got the makings of a really, really good player. You can see here he's been capped for Algerian under-23 level, so making a name for himself on the international stage. Going to be interesting to see if he holds out maybe for a France call-up. Although, I feel like I'm getting a little carried away. He's good. In fact, he's very, very good. But, I don't know. Is he going to be top Ligue 1 quality? It's hard to judge this early on, you know. When you're in a higher-up team and you've got loads of Ligue 1 quality players and you're a top division team, obviously it becomes a lot easier to judge what the potential of a player is because it's all relative to your current team. But the reality is, with a 5-star potential, or at least a black 5-star, you know, the uncertainty that exists there, for our team, I'm not really sure what that constitutes. I guess the closest player to compare him to would be Kahinde, who allegedly, and I say allegedly because I don't buy it, apparently Kahinde is a Ligue 1 quality player, which when you look at it, like, he's definitely very good. Is he Ligue 1 quality, really? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. If we just compare him with Big Dub, I think this is a pretty good comparison. I mean, would you consider Big Dub Ligue 1 quality? When you look at them head-to-head here, you'd say that Big Dub deserves to maybe be in the mentions if you're going to consider Kahinde to be, I don't know, Ligue 1 quality. I feel like at this level, to be fair, you kind of just have to disregard what coach reports say. The stars are all so arbitrary and so form-dependent. The goalkeepers are always rated lowly, so are centre-attacking mids. And deep-line playmakers like Kahinde, yes, he's very, very good. Is he as good as that? Is he Ligue 1 quality, really? I mean, maybe, but I'm not really buying it. I mean, the big boys are interested. Marseille sniffing around. Going to have to try and fend them off potentially in the summer. But with a year left on his contract, that is a concern in the back of my mind. Anyway, one more game to go through. We'll touch upon this real quick. Then we've got a youth intake to talk about. So against USBCO, or the USB company, as I like to call them in my head, we win it 1-0. Menand got the goal, 68th minute. Nice win. With that, you can see here, our form has been superb. In our last 5 games, that 1 draw, but then 4 wins on the bounce, all with clean sheets. And, well, we are 2 points away from Le Mans, who we play today. If we win this game here with 7 games left of the season, for the first time all year, we would find ourselves top of the league. That would be a cool position to find ourselves in. Behind us, you can see, obviously, there were a few teams breathing down our neck. And, of course, we beat Niort and Bourg-en-Bresse last game. And Lyon Deschères, I think we play not too longer a time. But all of these teams, just a lot of red in their recent forms. They have dropped off the pace. And that's kind of given us the opportunity to pull away a little bit. And to be fair, we kind of deserve to be where we are. You can see here, we have the most goals scored with 58. The least goals conceded. And, I mean, we're looking good. The bookies backed us early on, and I wasn't entirely convinced, but I feel like we've got a young team that's matured. We've established a starting 11. Players that we brought in this year, even the likes of Erwan Mori, have really just done the business for us. A 7.29 average rating for him. When Cesc Fabregas has played, he's done a lot of work for us. And you kind of look across the team now in the average ratings, and it's weird. I really feel like the players we brought in this year have had a big impact. And there's a few players who have really caught me out, actually, with how they've stepped up to this level. I look at someone like Hugo Robert, who, I mean, you can see here apparently does have national quality. I'm not entirely convinced, but on the pitch he's doing the performing. So who am I to judge him? Players like Big Dub, wasn't sure how he'd get on. He has stepped up superbly. And I don't know, on the whole, I feel like we're building something pretty special here. A real variety of goal scorers as well. We're not overly reliant on any one player. It's just a big team effort. Although I would say that Julien Blaise, in recent games, has kind of just started to do his own thing. But anyway, I talked about youth intake. It happened today. I wasn't expecting it to happen today. I think in the last few seasons, it's happened a little later on into March. But here we are on the 10th, and it looks okay on the face of it. There's one player who kind of stands out because of his current ability, and it's Francesco Bezzecchieri. I don't know, we'll just call you Bezzy. You're my best mate. He doesn't look bad. He doesn't look amazing either. He's injury prone, questions over his potential. He could probably do a job as a bit of a backup, I think, this year. I mean, am I being a bit generous? I feel like compared to previous years, he's not that good. And working on the assumption at this point that we will get promoted this year, I don't see him playing regular first-team football in the next couple of the seasons, unless he can improve a lot. And to be fair, fairly professional personality, good determination. If he can avoid injury, he's got that potential to fulfill. We'll have to keep an eye on him. The other player who's come through with a lot of potential is Vincent Buckstall, who we are in the process of offering a contract to. He's not accepted our current contract. Let's hope he does. At 16 years old, he looks like he's lacking current ability, but if you believe what our staff say, and to be fair, I don't know if you really can. He is the player with the most potential in the team. He's got good natural aerial reach. He's a good tool player. 16 years old. Not got great determination. A balanced personality. Not good. Not bad. Kind of in the middle. It's weird, right? He's got 6 one-on-ones, 6 command of area, 6 communication. Not great composure either. There's just a few gaps in his game. And with goalkeepers, I feel like they can be quite hit and miss with their development. So we'll keep an eye on Vincent. But there's not a great deal to be excited about this year compared to other years. The player who is considered to have the third best potential is this guy, Maximilian Echene. I will go with that. Or Maxi. Maybe I should just give everyone nicknames. Just spare us all the poor pronunciations. He's super inconsistent. He's injury prone. He has one foot. I mean, he's got a few things. You look at his bravery and teamwork and work rate and vision, and you think, oh, that's good. Defensive midfielder. Then you realise he's got 6 positioning and 6 marking and 5 strength, and you start to wonder, where can he slot in? And he's unambitious. It gets worse. I feel like this intake is the first one in recent years where I kind of look at it and go, we didn't really get anything. It's a normal Football Manager intake. Of course, we've invested massively into stuff like our junior coaching. Whilst our facilities aren't so good, 2 of the things we really shine at are our youth recruitment, which is exceptional, and our exceptional academy coaching, which are 2 quite important things. Youth recruitment obviously impacts the overall quality of players coming into your team. I believe academy coaching impacts the current players generate with, as does youth facilities. Youth facilities isn't anything to do with your under-20s or under-19s or reserves, for people who get that confused. That value there, youth facilities, is purely determining how good players who come in through youth intakes current ability is. Nothing else. I'm pretty confident in saying that. And training facility is once a player generates, is at your team, how good are those facilities? Neither are particularly great. I would love to invest in them a little bit more, but I feel like until we find ourselves in league or sell on some players for some absolutely just silly money, we're a little way off thinking about that. Of course, last episode we were in January, and whilst I haven't signed anyone, Sam did officially leave the club, which was a bit sad about, but at the end of the day, 85k for him felt like some good money. And on the ins, we have got a few players coming in. Obviously, a few of these contract offers that you can see are youth players who, are currently being offered contracts who have just generated, such as Vincent Buckstall, the keeper. I'm currently in the process of renewing Russo's loan going into next season. I'm quite keen, I think, with how good our defence has been to try and keep it unsettled, or rather keep it settled, keep it unchanged going into next year, regardless of if we get promoted or not. He's been very, very solid at left back, and he is continuing to improve. And also, if we just untick this, you can see we've got a few players joining in the future. A few of these I've already talked about. Well, one who I'm a little bit excited about is this guy, Houssem Benzati, who is a Tunisian player. He's currently capped at under 20 level, but you'll notice he's a bit of a Shvetsov. Yes, he's generated without a club. On the face of it, he's got some okay mentals. His physicals are kind of lacking. He's not terrible in the air defensively. He's pretty solid for a 17-year-old. The inconsistency and lack of adaptability is a little bit of a concern, and the potential might not be there. But at the end of the day, it's a complete freebie. It's a punt. If it works out great and we get another Shvetsov, I will party all day. If it isn't, then I mean, nothing's lost. We've not paid any money for him at the end of the day. But anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on in terms of ins and outs. Obviously, we're at this weird point now where it's March. I'm always a bit tentative when you're in leagues where you can get promoted to, plan too much with your summer transfer business, because until you know whether you're going to be promoted or not, it's all kind of a little bit up in the air. And although we do have this 7-point gap, I'm quite conscious not to take it for granted, especially because it's a gap that only really emerged recently. A few teams in recent game weeks slipping up, Lyon Deschères slipping up prior to that. You can see here, it's been a steady pulling away process, but we find ourselves in second. We find ourselves in a great spot. This game against Le Mans could be a big one. If we win this, we go top of the league. If we lose this, an opportunity for rivals to catch up on us. And with 7 games left, only being 4 points clear, I would start to have a few concerns, I think. Anyway, in terms of the team going into today's game, the fantastic bit of news is I can just pick a team without any concern whatsoever. So our back four remains the same. It is Rousseau, Robert, Hal and Billingy. Hal still in the media dream 11. I still don't know what to make of this guy. He's really good defensively, but he's not my normal kind of defender. But he's doing the work for us, and of course we have got him on loan until next year now. So, I mean, who am I to... He's in the media dream 11 for a reason, so clearly he is quite good. I guess I just like defenders who have a bit more technical ability, but he defends, and that's kind of what you want from a centre-back at the end of the day. Thomas Humer, of course, keeps his spot in goal. Mori and Kahinde continue their partnership, 2 players who joined us during this season who have just been... just constant members of the first team. And whilst I have dropped Mori at times to try and give Bavarel a bit more game time, as you can see here, in 5 appearances, the average ratings just haven't been there. I've kind of come to the conclusion that whilst Jeremy is a good player to have on the bench and not a bad backup, not quite of the starting quality yet for me to continue to drop Mori in favour of him. Anyway, the front four is kind of what I think at this point is my best front four. Of course, Cyprian David only recently breaking into the team and kind of holding down this position, but 2 goals in his last 4 games is not a bad return for him. Big Dub holds his spot down the middle, Blaise on the left, Manan on the striker position, all on his lonesome, but continuing to do his thing. He's almost scored 1 in every 2 games so far this season. And another thing that's just worth noting, purely for my own satisfaction, is we've got green lines, everyone. We've got some of these beautiful links that just, I don't know, they add some kind of aesthetic value. They make me feel like I'm doing a better job when I play Football Manager. Hopefully David and Billingy can get a line done up, because everyone else has got a partner. Everyone else has, I guess Thomas doesn't, but goalkeepers don't need friends. These 2 guys, it'd be nice to see a link there. Come on, Football Manager, give it to us after today's game. And maybe that's slightly wishful thinking. It'd be perfect timing. Right, let's get into this. Le Mans away from home. This is a tough game, although last time we met them, we beat them quite convincingly. You can see here they're going to go with a 4-3-3. Their top assister is apparently Anduzana here, who is very, very good. Wow, okay, I can see why they're as high as they are in the league. He is not a bad little player at all. Their captain is their centre-back here, who is Pierre Lemonnier. He is good. Yeah, I mean, if we just compare him with Hal, that's probably a pretty good way to compare. Okay, he's better than... They've got good players. If this is what Ligue 1's going to be like, I might need to upgrade the team more than I realised. They have got a good little team, and their lone striker is Kevin. Kevin is distinctly underwhelming compared to everyone else, to be honest, but I don't know. They've got some good players in their ranks. Am I underestimating how tough Ligue 1 could be next season? Either way, we beat them once before. We can do it again. Yeah, let's see how we get on. We seem to do well against better teams, and then we get knocked out every year in the French Cup against some lower league team on penalties. It's just tradition at this point. We'll see how we get on, though. As I said, a win here is huge. A defeat, it would leave me nervous going into the last 7 games. That said, even if we win this here, we can't afford to just switch off and think, job's done. It absolutely isn't. There's plenty of football still to be played, and, well, we're going to need to be at our best. As Blaise gives it back to Rousseau to Kahinde. Just working it around the back. We've not had as much possession as I'd like, although Blaise finds himself in behind. The shot is blocked. It goes out for a corner. That cameraman looks very lonely on his own in the corner there, doesn't he? That is it's a weird spot to be sat with a camera. I don't want to criticise his choice, but he'd get a much better shot behind the goal. Anyway, they're bringing the ball forward here. Georgian down this right-hand side, gets tripped up. Was that Rousseau? No, it was Cyprian David, who's out on the right wing normally, but as we transitioned into defence, he did a cynical foul. It might cause us some problems as they have an effort that wouldn't have counted anyway. They hit the woodwork from it. It was a shot from an impossible angle. It went wide. He should have squared it, but this is Football Manager. But it didn't matter. assistance flag was raised. Assistance flag was raised. We have a chance here. Kahinde whipping in the ball. Big dub. I mean, he's in double figures for goals this year, and so many of them have been those kind of set-piece goals. He's just our weapon, our battering ram in the team. It's a bit of an unlikely position. I asked a couple of episodes ago, people, what kind of player do you think of as a real kind of comparison to Big Dub? And some people said players like Pastore, Riquelme, taller playmakers. Oh my word! Okay, Kevin. I'm sorry that I said nasty things about you, but don't score goals like that. But yeah, a few people, gave suggestions, and they were a lot more playmakery players. And obviously, this year, Big Dub has become an attacking midfielder. I've come up with the perfect comparison, everyone. He might not have the afro, but he is our Fellaini, and I am David Moyes. What an image that is. He's just our Fellaini. That's annoying, though, isn't it? That heading goal, that was an insane header by Kevin. Right after I've said he looks distinctly average, he scores a goal like that against us. Anyway, early stages of this game, possession has not been dominant here. We are struggling to get control of this game like we normally would. They've now got a set piece. If they score this, we might need to start panicking. Oh my word. Did the keeper save that? He didn't. It went just wide. A let off. We have a set piece here. Billingy, long throw forward, headed away, but only as far as Maury. He has goals in his locker. Gives it to David. Whips it back post to Blaise. What a lovely pass that was by David. I thought he was going to shoot. Naturally a striker. We've retrained him out on the right-hand side. I thought that striking instinct was going to take over for him, but no. He whips it back post to Blaise for his 12th of the season. He probably should shoot, to be honest, but that pass is great. Keeper, I mean, he can't get across his goal quick enough. Julien Blaise, what a finish on the volley as well. The amount of times you see that smashed into the side netting or just over the crossbar in Football Manager, I lose count. And well, at the break, it's 1-1. Niorta winning their game 2-0, so that's one worth keeping an eye on. Bolg and Brest are currently drawing in their game, and Lyon Deschères winning their match. So, as things stand, a few of the teams behind us would close the gap with a draw here. Of course, top 2 spots, which is what ourselves and Le Mans occupy, get automatic promotion. 3rd place goes into a playoff, I believe against the team in the league above, which I don't know if I like or dislike. They've got a chance here. Free header. Oh my word. Switch on, boys. Where's the on switch? Put in some new batteries. Hour gone. Manan's been poor. Let's bring in Zobbo up front. Maury has let me down today. You know what? Fabregas, come on down. You're going to play as a deep line playmaker. Kahinde. Now, you might look at it and go, Kahinde cannot play ball-winning midfielder. You're right, he can't. So what we need to do is a change, which I've done a little bit this year. When I do bring in Fabregas and keep Kahinde on, I change him just to be a centre mid on defend, just to offer us a little bit more solidity in that midfield position. But I feel like we need a bit more creativity in the team, and maybe Fabregas is the man to give it to us. 22 minutes left, and well, here is Cesc. What can he do? Look at that pass. Defence splitting. Goes back to Hal, who decides he knows best and lumps it forward. As I said, not my kind of centre-back. For stuff like that, that was just very, very weird by him going forward. Le Mans knocking the ball around the back. We're trying to press higher. Blaise, you absolute wazzock. What are you doing, son? I've bigged him up. I've talked about, how it was the Blaise show a few games ago. He's making it about him again, but not for the right reasons. He's been sent off. That's a problem. Right, Kofi, come on down. I'm sorry to Big Dub, but you're going to be dropped now. you're going off the pitch, my friend. We don't need a centre attacking mid. I mean, at this point, it's probably a case of being a little less kind of positive in our play. Let's play cautious. But let's try and get it. Let's try and get it out quickly. And that's our best bet. We've got a lot of pace in the final third. I want us to play direct. I don't even want us to look for the overlap. I think we do still need to focus, play in the wide area. Run at defences more. Higher tempo. My thinking here is that we defend with kind of a unit of 6. Hopefully Kofi and David can just cover the runs of any attacking fullbacks. In fact, I guess we can just set them to mark the left back and right back, each of them. So they will hopefully track back. But for a lot of the time, I want them sat on the shoulders of the fullbacks looking to hit on the break. Might leave us a little bit isolated, but with us not focusing play down the middle, I'm hoping that we're not going to suffer too much from the lack of a number 10. Of course, at this point, we're going cautious. They are the best team in the league, Le Mans. They are very, very good. We need to be at our best, and obviously down a man now. The task just got more difficult for the last 20 minutes as, well, they put the ball at the edge of our box. This is dangerous. This is troublesome and well. Confey scores. I don't think that the sending off really has an impact there. It's just an insane long shot by Alors Confey, smashing it in on the, well, I was going to say on the volley. It wasn't on the volley, Jack. What are you talking about? It was just a thunderous effort from range. Caught a little bit light at the back. Has a little bit of space, but we give him an inch. He takes a mile. What an insane shot that is. At this point, there's kind of, I feel like there's no point in being on cautious. Let's get out of cautious. Let's press hard. Let's press high. I didn't want to give up the press in trying to, counter attack quickly. But at this point, we have to gamble. We have to roll the dice, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-1 to Le Mans. They've caused us problems. I know, well, they could cause us more problems now, because in going more attacking, we are going to leave ourselves more exposed. And exposed we certainly are, although Thomas makes a huge save. And like a lot of his huge saves, it was offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but he tried his best. Right, 4 minutes left. They've got a corner. We're on very attacking at this point. This does not bode well. Benno with the ball, gives it back to Alco. Russo lumps it clear. I mean, it's a 3-on-2 at the back if we can win the ball, but that's a big if. Kofi launches in a tackle there. Don't get sent off like Blaise did. Take a yellow if you need to. Oh my word, he's won it. The number 7. This is your moment, Kofi. All songs were sad until you missed a really easy chance. What was the keeper's positioning in that one-on-one? Oh, Kofi. Would Blaise have scored that chance if he was on the pitch? I'm inclined to say yes, and with it, they get the win. Le Mans win 2-1. They probably deserved it. The sending off really changed how that game played out. It was a very even affair, make no mistake. You can see here, Lyon won 1-0, Niort won 2-0. So a lot of the teams that you wouldn't want to see win did in fact win. And Bourg-en-Bresse have got a game in hand now, which if they win, much like Niort, they would be within 4 points of us, which ain't comfortable whatsoever going into the last 7 games of the year. Anyway, in terms of when we're going to be back, I think it's going to be a case of see how the title race is going, see how the promotion race is going. If it's still all on the line with a few games left, we might come back and do a few of these matches towards the end of the year. On the flip side, if we can maintain this gap, build it, I'm hoping that it will be nice and simple, but it not always is. Maybe we'll just come back for the last game in the traditional end of season episode. Just looking at our next few games, we have got Lyon down in 5th, but we've already, played this game today, and I don't want to do 2 games back to back and double games all the time. You can see the following games. We've got 8th, 13th, Chalet down in 17th, Le Poifoot in 9th, and then Ajaccio and Chasselet, 2 teams struggling a lot in 12th and 14th. These should be easy games. These are all games where I think you look at them and say we need to be winning them. If we win all our remaining games, even with the exception of the Lyon game, which if we were to lose, we would be top by 1 point. This season, though, we have had some results where you look at it and go, what happened there? Let's hope we're going to have slightly fewer of those, I suppose. Anyway, I'm a poet. I didn't know it. Thank you for watching today. As I said at the beginning, thank you so much for your support on this series. 25 episodes in. We're still going strong. Hopefully, we'll still be going strong by tomorrow's episode and beyond. If you enjoyed this video, do drop a like on it. I'll see you guys again soon. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.